Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're watching our video because you saw our LinkedIn post on the power of presentation. Remember, when conducting an insurance review or even proposing a new policy, remember that your presentation tells a story and there's a lot of information for you to convey, so it's important that it do it effectively. And again, this is as much about saving you time as well. It's important that it doesn't take up too much of your time. Life Design Analysis solves all those problems. Again, anyone can sign up for free. There's a 30-day free trial with no credit card on sign up. So there's really no barrier from stopping you from giving it a try. So I encourage you, please do sign on. I'm going to log into my account here. This is the Elite account you're seeing here. And I'm going to show you this policy review. So I'm going to add a new case here for my client, and I've just called him Andrew Test. Again, if you haven't added a client to the system, just click New Client. And this client here is a 36-year-old male non-smoker, and I've actually pulled a real policy here. It's a term 10 for $2 million. At the time it was issued, he was 34, and this is the renewal schedule right here. Now, it's important to note, even a newish policy can still be reviewed and every year and show your client the options, because it's very important that they know what they have, what their options are, and even more so important going forward to document that. So first things first, we'll put the insurance benefit in there of $2 million, and I'll save that. Again, I'm going to start here and say a manual term 10, and because that's what the plan that we're reviewing is. And I'm going to give it a really clear title here. I'm going to say this is an existing Canada Life term 10. And here's where I want to put in my renewal schedule. So I know right now, based on that renewal premium schedule, he was paying $1,000. I know his first renewal is $5,140. After that, it goes to $12,460, and then it jumps all the way to $33,780. The next renewal after that is $99,940. And I also know this policy is renewable till 85, convertible till 75. One other important issue is the issue date, and I'm going to put that at 2012 because that's when this policy was issued. And it actually was April 23rd. So let me select that as well. And you will also enter the policy number for the client. I'm just going to make one up in this case. Again, I can save that and continue here. Okay, perfect. So now I've got my one plan in here of what the client actually has. And this is the policy we're going to review. At any time if you want to change it, you can edit it and take a look at what you've done here. You can see the renewal schedule here for the years going forward. In this case, because he has conversion options to universal life and whole life, those are what I want to show them in this review. So I'm going to say add a plan here, and it's defaulting to term 100. I'm going to search just for a minimum funded UL here. And again, I can search the whole market or my preferred companies, but because we're doing a term conversion, I'm going to say the Canada Life plan here. And the other option I want to add for this review is I want to say you also have an option for a whole life. So I'm going to say add a Canada Life whole life. Now, because we want accurate cash values and dividend information, what we do is we take the file from the insurer. So I've got a Canada Life quote here. You can see I've done it up for a 37-year-old male for $2 million. I chose a premium offset of 16, so I want him to pay it for 15 years. And again, I've picked paid up additions. You can add any term riders or anything you can illustrate within the manufacturer software will get shown in our report as well. Essentially, I'm just going to say I want to view all this data and I want to export it to Excel so I can leverage it. And all I have to do here is say select everything, right click, and copy. And I'm just going to come back over to LDA, and I can even paste the data right in here. Now, keep in mind I could also upload a CSV file. We have about 4 different options to add information in there. And again, just like I did with that term 10 where I gave it a really specific name, I don't want to just call this Canada Life Whole Life. I want to call it Wealth Achiever. And I also want to give it a description here. This is where I'll say this is a 15-year planned premium. And again, you could give your clients any notes you would like, and I'll save that. Again, coming down further here, you can control the time frame of the compare. So, if they're looking for a specific time frame, say 20 years or something, you could do that. With some whole life products, I want to show them the overview of their whole life. So I'm going to pick age 99 and let them choose. Again, he's 36, so I want to look at the IRR a little bit later on in life. So I might offset this IRR by something like 30 years. That would make him 66. Well, maybe I'll do it by 40. So I'll put that at 40 years here. Again, I can add any notes for myself or put any recommendations and report notes in the presentation that's going to be created here. As well, I can choose certain metrics. Like I don't think cost per thousand is going to be all that impactful in this one, so I'll take that out there. But I will leave IRR of cash and IRR of insurance in there because I think they'll be really powerful slides. So you, the advisor, get to customize what goes actually in the report itself. Again, once you have all three plans ready, all you have to do is hit generate report, and this whole client review is ready. And I've been kind of going through this a little bit slower, but you can really make these in a matter of minutes. So here we've got in red our term 10, and again, we're really explicit with our colors. We really want to make the impact with the client about what they have, what they can have. And again, when we look at it initially, we see, yes, you have the low premium of the term 10 now, but they really get the perspective of what happens to it. Here we see our conversion option expiring, and we really accentuate that the whole plan expires as well. Again, with the 15 pay, we actually see the offset. So it's something where we're getting away from the lingo. We're really communicating effectively here. And the UL, this one's just basic minimum funded for life until you stop paying here at age 99. So coming down, when we sum up the premiums, we want to show them what's the accumulation. And this one I picked a raw accumulation, so we can say here is the accumulation over time. And we can actually show break-even points. In this one, because we picked a 15 pay, a reduction is not going to do much. If we had picked a 10 pay, we'll get to see reduced dividends as well. Why do we pay more up front? Well, that's because of the cash value. So we really want to highlight that for our client as well, because that's a really big benefit of the PAR product there. Again, red here is your premium deposits or what you've paid into the policy, green being the total cash value. And when we talk about communication to a client and an impactful presentation telling a story, nothing tells a story as great as when you look at the 15th year, greater cash value than the premiums you put in. And again, these are not guaranteed values. We have to stress that with our client. If the conversation comes up about that, though, we can also wipe away premiums and show guaranteed values. So, a fantastic visual to really show them how much of the policy is guaranteed, or in the event of a reduction, what would happen. So in blue here is the reduced policy at 1% there, and green up top here being the total. And again, this is fully interactive, so you can go to any year and show them the differences in what a sensitivity, like a dividend change would do. Basically an on-the-spot sensitivity analysis. Again, we can show the same things with insurance benefits. So really highlighting the point of paid-up additions here, showing how they operate, with an offset. Guarantees are just going to be the level face, but you can also show, again, what a reduction would do to the insurance benefit. So a really powerful visual, really saying a message about, the strength of the plan or some of the different facets of how it works. Again, we break it down with a presentation summary here, just showing, here is the cost of the term, here is the cost of the UL, here is the cost of the PAR product, and of course, if there's any cash value, we want to highlight that as well. And again, it really puts all the information in one spot for a client. Again, we picked an alternative investment metric back on the previous page. This one just says basically, if you were to take all that money from the PAR product and put it elsewhere in the market, how would you make? So it shows basically an after-tax investment rate, which is completely customizable for you. Again, we're going to give IRR of cash value. Only one product has cash value in it. If you had compared two different whole life or an overfunded UL, certainly it would show both of them in there. And again, you can illustrate any plan within LDA. And again, here's the IRR of insurance benefits. So you see it plummeting here on the term by age 83. And the whole life is actually the strongest as far as an internal rate of return goes. Now, if the dividend reduces, we can also show that as well. So you really do get to show the client all the information they need, again, to make an impactful decision. And again, I realize not everyone goes to a meeting with a laptop or tablet, even though this is a fully mobile and responsive site. If you do prefer the hard copy, I'm just scrolling up to the top here. And I just want to show you that easily, you create the case in a couple seconds and you hit generate PDF. And again, you have a fully branded report for you with your advisor logo and everything on it. So you'll see here, it generates a PDF. It's going to put my logo on it and design really everything that we did in the case. We've got it named for our client, who it's presented by, our logo's on it. Again, it's dated for compliance, links back to your website so you can email this out. a customizable mission statement, as well as anything we compared. And it's so important to have all this information organized in one place. Too many advisors complained to me before they started on our system that they have 10 different pages of illustrations for each policy, and it becomes a big soup in the meeting where they look unorganized and unprofessional. Whereas when you do our program, you're going to have all that information condensed into one beautiful looking report. It's going to make it look like you spent a lot of time. It's going to be impactful for the consumer, and as a result, they're going to be more informed. They're going to be happier about your service, and you know what? You're going to end up converting more. So thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please get in touch with us. But I really encourage you, go to our website, www.lifedesignanalysis. Sign up free. We're going to train you and help you sell more insurance. So thank you so much. Take care.